is my record button. Okay, you guys, I will keep an eye on the waiting room. Actually, wait, Mariah showed me how to fix that. So while I'm fixing that, you guys, we're going to talk about all things posting today, okay? This is the first of our 4-week series of going into the nitty-gritty details of how to do the 4 basic things we do every day on social media, okay? Posting, adding new friends, messaging, and following up, okay? Those are the 4 main things we're going to focus on. Today, we're going to focus on specifically posting. I have Rebecca and Mariah to help talk about the different parts of posting, because in posting in itself, there's posting on your regular page. You'll see that called like static posts or regular posts or just posts. Like you'll see that a lot of different names, and then you'll see stories and then reels and TikToks. Okay. So Rebecca's going to go into all her different things about posting and how she posts and her schedule and like how to make good posts. And then Mariah's going to talk about stories, and I'll finish it up with reels. So Rebecca, if you want to go ahead and get started.
Hey, absolutely. So, I like to plan post every single Sunday night. So I post a lot more than a lot of people do. So if what I say feels overwhelming to you, I just want you to know, start where you're at. Like it's okay to just start doing one thing. And then that one thing later on maybe will turn into 2 posts or 3 posts or whatever. So don't let my method be super overwhelming. Keep in mind, I'm year 7 in this industry, and I didn't start out doing 5 posts a day or whatever. So what I do is on Sunday nights, those are my content planning days. And so with that, I open my boards. I have my very own boards. So if you didn't know, you can make your own boards like tab in there. So outside of Luminary Legacy, you can just do create a new board, and you can literally just be for like planning out your content. Okay. You don't have to reinvent the wheel and like retype all the stuff. It can just be for your content planning. So with that, I have a Monday through Friday folder in there. And in each folder, it has morning post and afternoon post. My morning post, what I do is on, let's see, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. My afternoon post on those days are always business related. So on those days, when I'm doing a business related post in the afternoon, I do non-business post that morning. And then the other 2 days, which is Tuesdays and Fridays, my morning post is product and my afternoon post is non-business related. So non-business related posts can look like things that are going on in my day-to-day life, engagement posts that have nothing to do with Amare, like the toilet paper, does it go over or under, just anything to get engagement or to just be a human, because you want to be yourself outside of Amare. That's why people come to you, because at the end of the day, they don't know about Amare. Like they're joining you because they know, like, and trust you, and they build that relationship with you through your post and through your stories and you being you. So it's super important that you don't just become a robot. With that, on Sundays, I like to go through as I'm planning out my post, and I like to do like a recap on my own page. So I'll go back through and I'll say, okay, was I super intentional with making sure that I was talking about my pillars? So if you're not sure what pillars are, these are like 3 to 5 things about you that have nothing to do with business. I love leopard print, so I usually have leopard print in the background of my stuff. I like coffee, so I'll talk about that occasionally. I'm a mom, so I'm always talking about mom life, wife life. Religion is a huge pillar of mine. So I try to make sure that I've touched on those different things that people relate to me. If you are a huge, like you like clothing or you like sewing, like talk about those things. And so I'll go back through my Facebook and I'll tally. And I want to make sure that I have more life stuff than I do business stuff when I'm posting. I don't want it to be the opposite. I want it to be Rebecca with Amare sprinkled on top and not the opposite. So I like to reevaluate my posting on Sundays. And so in with planning those 2 morning posts and afternoon posts, regular post on Facebook, I also do 3 reels a day, and I pre-record those. I already get them edited. I have all of that like ready to go and shoot out. So my method for reels is a little bit like my planning. So you know how I said Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, those are business posts in the afternoon. Well, if I'm doing a business post in the afternoon, regular post on Facebook, that means my reel on those 3 days is going to be a product. So when I'm doing my reels, it's going to be 2 non-business. That gets me more out there of like building relationship, growing my following, because people follow me for the craziest stuff. It's always the silly videos that go viral for me. It's never like literally I talked about poop and corn the other day and it blew up. Okay. Like that's why people are following me right now. How embarrassing. But that's what's bringing them to my page, and then they see the MRA. So I'm going to do 2 non-business reels and 1 product reel on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those other 2 altering days, which is Tuesdays and Fridays, it's going to be the opposite. So since my regular Facebook post is a product post, that means my 1 reel that's about MRA is going to be a business reel. So I try to alternate. So every day I'm at least hitting both business and product on my page. It's just one's a post, one's a reel. And every day I'm posting multiple. Go ahead, Courtney.
I was gonna make it because I saw a couple faces like, what is going on? Okay, so just flip flop, because if you're like me and you're like, I don't know what, because I want to be a planner and I am in certain aspects, and other things I'm like, wow, like Rebecca, if I could use like 2 of your brain cells, just 2, that would make my life so much easier. So if it makes it easier for you to have a plan, like how Rebecca has, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday is business, Tuesday, Thursday is product. Great. But if in your head you're like, okay, I posted about business today, tomorrow I'm going to post about the products. If you just need to flip flop, but the main thing, you guys, is every day she's doing at least something about the business, whether it's a post or a reel, and she's going to do the opposite form, whether it's a post or a reel, about the products, right? So she's doing business products every day, and also things about Rebecca. Okay. If you go to Rebecca's page, it's not just, hi, this is my happy juice. Hi, would you like to work with me? Hi, this is my happy juice. Hi, would you like to work with me? That's like if you were going to watch TV and all it was commercials. No one's staying for that, right? You're going to turn it off. You're going to be like, well, that's boring, right? So remember that. So every day, most of Rebecca's page is about Rebecca, but she also has something about a business and something about the products every day. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So one thing I'm super organized, and that's my green personality. So I'm a red green. If you don't know color personality, I urge you to look it up because it's helped me so much be able to like navigate my strengths in the business so that I can play to them and then be able to like work on my weaknesses to get better. And so I'm very green red. So I see a dollar sign and then I got to figure out how to organize it and then we just got to go for it. So but I am not strong in the department of like probably I think it would be a blue would be strong in coming up with their own content. So I am not original. I really wish I could be original. I really wish that on the fly I could be better at just making original content, but I'm a copycat. Okay. So although I sound like I have it all together, I literally this is how I find my post. So when I'm scrolling Instagram reels, Facebook reels, TikTok, whatever, I come across stuff, I save it. I have a whole save collection folder, one that says record for later. And so on Sundays, when I'm recording that content, I'm just going in there and copying them, like literally their caption, what it says on their video, their sound, the whole thing. I'm copying it. Like if they're dancing or they're turning and showing their body in their video, I'm doing the same thing because I don't know what to do to the sound. So I'm just going to copy what you did to the sound and then we'll make it me. So same thing for Facebook posts. You guys follow top leaders, copy the right cat. Follow Katie. Is it Weecamp? I don't know how to say her last name. But she's like amazing. I copy a lot of her stuff, copy Jade, I copy Mariah, I copy Courtney. Like I just go find the people that are doing the things. And like if I see that their content's getting a lot of hits, I just copy it and make it my own. And so I even do the same thing with like my non-business related stuff. Girl, I know that original. Like the poop in the corn, I took that from somebody else. Theirs didn't blow up, but mine did. So don't feel like you have to have it all together and know all the things just to be able to post because you can go take something someone else does, put it in your own words, and there you go. You've got content.
Yeah, and you guys, someone once told me and I was like, wow, that's genius. Okay. So if you want to figure out what is a good, like, obviously it's pretty easy to copy business and product posts, right? It's pretty easy to go to my page or Mariah's page or someone's page and be like, oh, I can remake that reel. I can remake that, right? And like we share stuff all the time. But if you're looking for like, what should I do that's like not business related? Or whether it's like a funny reel or whatever, if you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram and something makes you stop, okay? You stop and you watch it. You stop and you laugh. You stop and you read it, or it gives you the feels. That's you, okay? So for me, I freaking love when I see things about other toddler moms being like, anyone else want to like kick your kid out the window today? No, just me. Okay, cool. Because that's me. I'm like, I love you so much, but like if you could just go away for 2 minutes, that would be so nice, right? And so that's me. And there's a lot of moms that follow me that are like, thank you for talking about that, because all these moms on social media are like, my kids are angels and I love them. And I'm like, no, they are not. Okay. I don't believe you. And so think of what makes you stop your scroll that catches your attention, because that is what your network follows you for. Okay. So think about that as you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. What makes you stop and watch it? Is it cooking? Why don't you record yourself cooking? Is it something funny? Can you put that over like a funny, you guys, this is the best thing. Okay. This is my tip that I'll go into in a second, for reels at the end, but there are laughing sounds on Instagram or TikTok, and you can literally just like record yourself like fake laughing and put something funny words over the top, and people will follow you and they'll watch you, and it's great. It's the best. It's the easiest hack ever. Okay, so Rebecca, you copy the right cats, which is so good for posting, right? Do you use the what do we call it? The library, posting library. Why am I blanking on the content library? Thank you. I read Mariah's lips. I was like, what is that thing called? The content library. Do you utilize that?
So I don't utilize it as much as I probably should. I will be completely 100% with you. I think I've gone in there and taken like 2 things from it, but the reason I don't is because when I scrolled through it, it was posts I'd already saved from another leader. So like I already have the same stuff. It's just, but that's another great place that I was going to say to pull from is from there. And on non-business related posts, another place that I get like those is you can go to Pinterest, and that goes back to your niche so that you're making sure you're being you, and you can type in like funny mom memes or quotes or whatever, or like I really love the things that do the best for me is couples comedy. So like I'll go in there and like making fun of my husband is the best thing for me on my social media. That's probably awful to say, but he loves me for it. It's fine. But those do so good and I get so many hits. So if I ever like can't find something that I want to post or like I can't think of anything, just go to Pinterest. It's got you. And then also making sure that you're like you can redo stuff. So there's a lot of days that I'll already have posted something but it done really well before. And so I just re-push out my content again. So it doesn't always have to be brand new.
So good. So good. Do you want to share, and then we'll switch over to Mariah. Do you want to share any tips on sharing on your stories?
So stories is my favorite thing ever, social media wise. I used to be very, very shy to get on camera. I did not, it was not, I would have puked. I had the armpit sweat. We were gross if a camera got in front of me. It was bad. But I done what I always encourage new people to do, is like 1, 2, 3, record. Okay. Literally just close your eyes, put your finger over the record button, close your eyes, count to 3, start recording. And it's fine. If you mess up, guess what? It's not the end of the world. First of all, they don't know anything about the happy juice or Amare. They don't know the truth from a lie. Okay. They don't know. So if you say it does something that doesn't actually do it, they don't know. Okay. The only person that knows is you. And so I love them because I see it as my personal vlog. So it took a lot of practice. It took a long time before I was comfortable in front of a camera, but I did it scared. I did it anyways. I did it because I don't want to tell my kid no. Like I want to provide for my family. And I know stories is a great way to be able to do that and to get my face out in front of more people. So I use it as a vlog. I start the day with happy juice and then I record literally my life, even if it's boring and I'm just sitting on the couch, which is most days. I'll post for Netflix recommendations or whatever. And then I end the day with something business related so that I'm hitting all 3 business, life, and product in my stories daily.
So good. Are you guys catching anything here? It's not that complicated. We overcomplicate it so much, you guys. Think about those people on TikTok that you're like watching, you just stop and watch them and you're like, I don't even know why I'm watching you, but like I gotta see what you picked out to wear today. I don't know. Which shirt did you pick? But when it comes to our content, we're like, my life is so boring. Okay, how many times have you watched a TikTok of someone just like cleaning their house? Because you're like, wow, that's so satisfying to watch their kitchen go from cluttered to decluttered, right? I'm not alone. Don't act like you don't watch that, right? Or like someone picking out an outfit. You guys, we overcomplicate content so much. Okay, so good. I love the idea of treating it like a vlog because stories I've struggled in for so long because I'm like, I don't know what to say. Because either I'm talking and I'll talk for 2 hours or I have nothing to say. And it's like I don't have an in between.
I will say, like, over the years, I've signed almost all distributors from stories. Like, almost everyone says, "Girl, I watched you in your stories," and I'm like, "Oh, you watched me for a long time in my stories?" Like, I didn't even know you or that you were watching my stories. And they never comment, so the silent watchers, that's where they're watching you at. Like, you have to show up. And if you're not showing up, you're not putting, I always think of it as if I'm not posting or posting in my stories, then I'm not turning my on sign on. Like if you had a brick and mortar business and you didn't flip the sign on in the window and somebody was traveling through the town to visit, they just passed your store up. Like they wouldn't even know you had anything. And
Yeah.
it's this that's your stories. That's your post. Like if you're not starting the day with a post on your wall and something in your stories, people are clicking your reels and they're coming to your page to creep you and they're like, this girl ain't even open for business. Like she ain't even for real, for real. Let's just go to find somebody else. So that's how I look at it. My business.
Yeah,
My story.
it's so true. And if you think of brand partners, like if you're gonna go be coached by someone to make money, you want them to be making money. You want them to be serious. You want to look at their page and be like, they know what the heck they're doing. Right. And so if you're like, man, I just want to sign brand partners. Okay, well, does your page look like someone who could help somebody else? Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a mean way. And that's not like go check yourself, but like just think about it. Right. Just think about it. And I hear all the time, I think it was Nicolette put it in the comments that I get low views, right? And she gets only 20 views. Okay, here's what I want you to know. If you were in a room with 20 people, someone was like, "Hey, I'm going to host a party for you with Happy Juice. Can you come? I have 20 people." You'd be like, "Heck freaking yeah. I'm getting like 5 customers at least if there's 20 people in a room with me." So I don't want you to discount that and be like, "Oh, there's only 20 people watching." There are 20 people watching. Talk to them. Sell to them. Tell them why Happy Juice is good. Tell them why they should work with you. Tell them about your life. Make them fall in love with you.
Yeah.
20 people is a lot.
That's why you have to treat it like a vlog. Like, did
Yeah.
you know that every time you post to your story automatically gets bumped to the top of everybody's because you're the last person to update. So I always think about that. Like, I want to stay at the top because when they start scrolling through stories, they need to click mine first. That's how my views started going up because I just post all the time. And in the beginning, when I was scared to post, this probably may not be for everyone, but I literally had an alarm on my phone for every 2 hours to record something. And I had signs around my house that I heard from another leader that she was trying to get in the habit. And so she put little sticky notes around her house, like in the closet, in the bathroom mirror, or whatever. Like, if you're in this spot, record it. So I would like record me brushing my hair and talk, or like whatever, if I was in front of that sticky note, it was just a reminder, like pick it up and record it. And that helped me get into that vlog mindset. So now my stories, they stay in front of people.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about the stories, like Jade talks while she's like brushing her teeth on her stories. Like, but that's why people love her because it's just like you're in her house with her. You're just hanging out with her. And so think about that. Okay, Mariah, go ahead on talking about stories. Wait, I have to unmute you. Oh no, I don't. Cool. Good job.
I feel like at this point I can just say ditto and then we can wrap. I mean, that was you guys had it. I think with stories, it's like Rebecca was saying, it's one of my favorite things. And so I kind of view it as like a window into my life. So like I'm posting on my page, I'm doing reels, I'm doing things like that. But on my stories, I don't try to necessarily sell the same. I look at it as a chance to sell the dream. I'm showing you what my life looked like. I'm showing you what you can make possible. I'm showing you how I get to be home with my daughter, how I get to go to the park, how I get to do this. And so for me, I'm not as quite as like, I don't really use graphics that often. I don't really try to be as like salesy in the same sense, but more or less, I just want to show people what it actually looks like behind the screen. Because I feel like our posts, our reels, all of that's edited, that's typed, that's put together, that's all of this, versus stories is a chance where you get to be more vulnerable and more open, more in the situation of where you are in this moment. And so that's where I'm more of a hot mess. That's where I'm more vulnerable. That's where I'm more talking about like what the heck is actually going on. And I'm showing people what it's like to live my life. You can go to my page and you can see me posting about making money and all of this. And then my stories. And yeah, I'm going to attribute my success and what I can do to Amare. And I do still plug that in, but it's less of a join my team. It's more of a look at the life I've been able to create by working from home, because it gives people a chance to start wanting that life. They start dreaming for that life. They start pushing for that and like hoping for that. And you start selling this idea of what your life looks like. And it doesn't have to be picture perfect. Most of my content nowadays is on the freaking couch. If you guys don't follow me or anything, I'm currently pregnant. We're in the first trimester and I want to die more times than I don't. I'm absolutely miserably hating my life. And so I rarely am up off the couch. Okay. And so for a little bit, I was like, I don't even know how to post content. And I remember feeling like that when I first got started in this industry. I've been in the industry 6 years. And I remember at the beginning being like, my life really super boring. Like, what would I even post? And so I know, I'm sure you guys feel that as well. And I think one of the easiest ways to start overcoming that is by posting in your stories, because it doesn't have to be as curated. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can literally be me sitting on the couch. I post almost every single day a picture of me on the couch cuddling with my toddler. Like, I don't know, it just always lines up that way. It's a thing. It's almost always posted of a moment of that. And like, that's a moment we all have. Like, you have a moment with your kid, right? Whether it's something little, it's dropping them off at school, it's something. Start there. It's what are you cooking for dinner? Start there. It's, cleaning the house real quick, or some off the freaking wall thing your kid said or did. And like, it gives you a place to just start talking. If you're struggling, talk about struggling, like talk about life, and just give people that window into your day of what it really looks like. I obviously want to glamorize it to an extent. Like, I'm not going to be like, I sat on the couch for 72 hours and haven't showered in 3 weeks, like, or whatever. Like, you're not going to be quite that out there, but it's okay to talk about the hard things. Like, I talked in my stories about how I'm really struggling mentally with this pregnancy, and I wanted to be excited. It was a planned thing, but it's caused me like to spiral into depression, and I've really struggled coming to terms with it. And that's a place where I get to talk about it and I get to be real. And for the, like you were saying, Nicolette, about views, one thing, because I was stuck with like 20 to 30 views for years. I was like, no matter what I did, I like didn't get more views. And I think it's really important to, at that point, you have to figure out your niche and you have to get consistent with sharing that from your mouth, not in pictures, not in like memes, but talking to the camera and sharing things that people want to follow you for. Because if no one's viewing your story, it's because once they view it, you're not giving them anything they want to come back for. And I mean that with love. I don't want that to sound as aggressive as it probably does, but like, you have to be giving people something to come back for. Because if I'm scrolling through and like, those random people you follow on social media, and it's like weird pictures of like their dirty kitchen in their car and a one flower, like weird things. And I'm like, I'm not coming back to this. This is weird. Like, I don't need to look at this. You just swipe past them and keep going. Or you hit the first slide on their story. You're like, oh, I know who that is. It's because those people aren't offering you anything. You got to find a way to offer your audience things. I offer momming. Like, I'm not offering advice. I'm not giving you necessarily value that I'm having to like think out, but I'm offering solidarity. I'm offering where you don't feel alone going through this, where you get to see my life is crazy. Every day that I'm drinking happy juice, y'all, this pregnancy-ness, once I get through this first trimester and I stop being sick all the time, I think I'll drink more happy juice again. But every day that I do make it, I'm on my stories making it. And I'm talking about sometimes the products, because you don't have to make it an overcomplicated. And I think that's my favorite thing about stories, is it really can be so stinking simple. I make my happy juice and I talk about our plan for the day. I make the happy juice, I talk about the happy juice. I make the happy juice, I talk about my toddler. Like, I make the happy juice, my toddler's screaming in the background, and I'm just sitting there staring at the wall like, God, please hope this works. Like, it doesn't have to be picture perfect, but I always try to touch somehow into Amare, whether it be a product or business, even if it's not a direct like call to action. I always try to somehow allude to the business in some way every single day. But the majority of my stories really is just a window into what my day looks like, what I'm selling on my page and in my reels. I'm trying to show you behind the screen, behind the curtain, of what that actually looks like living through the day as a stay-at-home, work from your phone mom.
Yeah, you guys, it's like I said, we overcomplicate this so much, and it's so easy to do, but the hardest part is just like forcing yourself to do it, right? And so you have to show up for yourself. You have to show up for your business, because so many times, I know Mariah and I've had these conversations with you guys a million times of like, I just wish I had more potentials. I just wish I had more happening. I wish I could make more money. And it starts here. It starts with the posting, okay? I am so sorry if someone told you that you could work this business and make $500 a month not doing anything. I had 2 conversations today with people asking about the business, and I talked about things and they're like, well, what if I didn't post? And I was like, it's not gonna work. If you don't want to post on social media in any way, shape, or form, it's not going to work for you. And I say that with love, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, because I wish I could help you, but if you're not willing to work social media, this isn't gonna work for you. Okay. So posting we covered, stories we covered. I want to talk about reels really, really quick. Okay. Pretty much in all 3 different types of reels, whether it's a business, a product, or something random, there are pretty much 3 different types of videos. Okay. The number one is the most effective usually but also the hardest to do. And this is speaking. Okay. This is where like you are holding the phone and you are talking. Okay. This is usually the most effective for people to stop and listen. Okay. You can do this in so many different avenues, whether that's talking about, like I did one the other day that I was like, I can't believe this happened. And then I started talking about Happy Juice. Okay. Or you talk about like, I don't know why more moms don't know about this. And then you talk about the business. So speaking is the first thing. The second thing is where you see people doing like dancing or like lip syncing or whatever. That is one you can do with words over top or B-roll, which is just like you would set up your phone right here and you're just recording a video of you writing or you taking a sip of coffee or walking outside or getting into bed, literally whatever. Okay. Any of those work. Okay. The thing with reels, there are two big things. One, you have to be consistent with it. Okay. You have to be consistent. Instagram and TikTok and Facebook will all push reels or TikToks for you if you utilize their platform. Okay. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but like, it's kind of like you want to be teacher's pet. Like you want to be the favorite student, right? Like you want to suck up to TikTok or Facebook or Instagram and be like, I use your platform all the time, right? And they're going to be like, oh, shoot, this girl, like, she's my best friend. We're going to push her videos out, right? Like she's always here versus you showing up once in a blue moon and they're like, this girl just, she has nothing of importance to say because she's not usually here, right? So think about that. But number two, you need to treat reels like a business, okay? Reels, I do not think, in my personal opinion, I don't think they can be your end all be all for enrollments, okay? Unless you're super, super special and you're really, really lucky, I don't think reels is a business strategy, okay? You're not going to get consistent enrollments from your reels. The way that I look at reels is it's more eyes on my page. It's kind of how the same thing that I look at referral posting or host to posts. I want more eyes on my page. And so that's what I use reels for. Okay. So what I want you to do with reels, number one, go search viral hooks. Okay. Whether that's visual hooks, audio hooks, like written hooks. There's so many different things, something that's going to catch their attention really, really quick. So one that I did, I'll show you guys, for example, that I did this, yesterday or today. I don't know what I did it. So literally it's just a video of me and Ethan playing on the ground. Okay. So this is not, the video has nothing to do with the business, right? But the words, it says, I started to finally lose my baby weight when I did this one thing. And then right here, it says, it's no secret. That's going to catch someone's attention. They're going to be like, what? I don't even understand. Like the baby weight, like I baby weight, right? So that's going to make them stop and look at my caption. What that's going to do is, without them realizing, my video, as they're reading the caption, is playing in the background. Guess what that tells Instagram? There's a lot of people watching their video and they're going to watch it 2 times or 3 times because they're continually reading my caption. Okay. So make sure you're looking up hooks. Also, look up B-roll ideas. Look up video ideas. There's literally so many different things you can do and we overcomplicate it again and again and again. But what I want to get back to also, the biggest, in my opinion, the most important thing you can do with reels is the ones that are not business related. Okay. I think business and product videos are great. I think they're wonderful and I think you should do them every day. Absolutely, I do. But what I think is more important is to grow your following, to grow your, I don't want to say grow your love from your following, but grow your like connection to people through your non-business, not product reels. Okay. For example, this can be about being a mom. This can be about being friends, right? So like I did this one with Mariah and it said, no matter how serious life gets, you still have to be, you've still got to have that one friend you can be completely stupid with. And it's literally me and Mariah being so dumb. Like this has like 3,000 views. Okay. Like this is obnoxious, but it's something that people can relate to, right? Here is one of me talking about the business. Okay. With captions. These are the hardest videos to make, but they get the most attention. But you want to continually, I also do a lot about like Jesus, because that's my homeboy, okay? Him and I are best friends. So I do things like that, right? So I want to give people a reason to stop and follow me. Whether that's something they laugh about with my kids, something they can tag their best friend in about a best friend thing I did, whether that makes them stop and feel something and feel loved because it's a Jesus thing. I want to give them a reason to be here, okay? So with reels, either speak, do B-roll with videos or lip sync or dance with videos. Okay. If you guys need, we can do more in-depth things on any of the topics, but we just wanted to kind of quickly touch on the 3 different types of posting we do and kind of quick tips on how to do them. If you do not have resources as far as like you don't know what to do with reels or posts or stories, number one, the best thing for stories is the Wellness Collective Graphics Telegram chat. Okay. If you do not know what that is, ask your enroller, they will get you the link. The best thing for posts is the content library and other leaders pages. Okay. The best thing for Reels, there is a Reels Telegram group, but also in our Luminary Legacy board, there's a whole Reels folder with words written out for you for Reels. Okay. I did it all. Okay. It's all there. So I want you guys to commit to 30 days of consistently using all different types of posts, whether that's stories, regular posts, and Reels. I want you to do all 3 every day for 30 days and tell me where you're at. Okay, you have to commit to this business. You have to commit to being here and putting the time and effort in because it's going to pay off. It's going to come together, but you have to be here first, right? You got to show up to work to get a paycheck. So I want you to commit to that. I love you all so much. We will see you guys next week. I don't know what the topic is yet. I don't remember, but we'll see you guys next week for the next set of these videos. Bye, guys.